All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It's House Edge Live with John here on Casino Gaming TV. You'll notice that my hand is all jacked up. I got a funny story, not a funny story, but a story for you. Hope you're all having a great Thursday. Looking forward to tonight. By the way, we got a little bit of a football game here in town. We got the Hawks and the Rams tonight for first place in the whole wide world. It's gonna be a fucking great game tonight. Cannot wait. Anyway, who's here? We got James Newberry here. We got Randall Hill here, and we got, of course, Chris from Dice DGen here. Good morning, my friends. How are you all doing? Before we get started, I'm going to tell you my little story. My hand, like you see, my hand is all jacked. Last night, I was telling the guys in the Craps for the Cure crew. My dog Gino, I'll show you a picture of him actually today. He got stuck. We had these really cool planters, like these wrought iron, like with the ornate kind of things at the bottom. Somehow he got his foot caught up in the wrought iron, like in the curly Q of the base of this thing. And, of course, he's a dog and he freaked out, like could not get his foot out. He was yelping and crying, like, it was awful. It was awful. But there's no way to get his foot out because it's like a whatever, like a curly Q thing. And there's no way he had to like pull his whole leg back out of it, and he was losing his mind. So I got on him and I had my hands wrapped around him, trying to hold him still so Kathy can figure out how to get his foot out of this thing. We ended up actually having, like, I was holding his leg up and she actually twisted the whole thing, like the whole planter thing out around his leg is how we got him out of it. It took us like 15 minutes. He bit the crap out of me. I thought we lost his leg. I thought we lost his leg because it was so jacked up in there. And he was yelping so bad. I thought, here we go again. We're gonna go to the dog, but he was fine. He ended up being okay. But boy, what you don't know about Gino is when we got him from the shelter, we were his third family. He's got this kind of weird, like his legs are like this. He's got a jacked up one leg because one of his previous owners, we think, broke his leg. So you can't touch his feet. So trying to touch his feet to get him out of that thing made it worse. And he bit the ever loving shit out of my hand. So you can't see it, of course, but over here on this one, through and through, all the way through, like a puncture goes all the way from one side, from the bottom side, and comes out the top of the other side. Same thing on this finger here, on the outside of it, through and through, and the nerves he got a nerve. So this whole finger, I can move it, but from here up, nothing. It's totally numb on this side. And in here, through and through as well. Got me really, really good. I was in so much pain last night. I couldn't even see straight, but we're good. His foot is fine. He can walk. He's okay. This is going to take a long time to heal. I can't really I can't grip anything with this hand. I can type, but I can't grip because these two fingers are basically numb. And down in here, this whole section of my hand is pretty much useless right now. So I can move my thumb, but I can't do much besides move a mouse. So anyway, yeah, that happened last night. And here, but I know people want to see my dog. Here's my dogs. This is the perfect picture of my two dogs. I talk about them all the time. They're both about 80 pounds. Rosie's old. She's about 11. She'll be 11 actually in January 1st. And there's Gino. Gino is 80 pound. He's a pit bull terrier mix. This is typical of them. Rosie's down there eating a treat or playing with a toy, and Gino's up on her humping her head. That's my dogs. They're both just goofballs. They're both good guys. He doesn't mean it. I know he didn't mean this last night. It was just he was so freaked out. I was scared. I was really scared for him last night. Anyway, so I didn't get to watch any YouTube. I got home. I was fully intending to watch a bunch of YouTube last night and have this great show today, and I did nothing but sit there and be like, ow, ow, all night long. So yeah, 7-Finger John and 9-Finger Joe. We're gonna go out there and learn how to be lefties. I'm gonna learn how to shoot lefty now, I guess, right? It's weird, like not being able to feel your fingertips at all. Like I can't grip anything. I can't do anything. Like I can't eat. I tried to eat last night. I dropped the fork. I couldn't even hold it. It's weird. So I'm not sure how I can do the chips today. We'll see. At least my index finger's great. My pinky's great. So I have these two. That work. That inside is really tough. So anyway, that's where we are. But let's talk gambling, shall we? Let's have some fun today. And remember, I should put remember at the bottom, never forget at the top. Never forget why we're here, right? Why do we care about gambling and learning how to gamble? And figuring out the right ways to do things, right? Is because the casinos won't have it. They won't have it. They're looking for reasons to make sure you can't play or that you run out of money. Like that's it. Like they really don't care. They have all these, whatever people, good people. Let's say that good people at the casinos, like the hosts, the dealers, salt of the earth. A lot of people are just great people, right? But the casino as a business model exists to take all of your money, and we got to not forget that. So let's work together on finding ways to stave some of that off, right? And we always talk about, the simple things. And I think, Matt's here, and I'd love to get you to chime in the chat, Matt, if you would, on some of this stuff, right? One of the things that I'd asked you to do a while back was like, give us an idea of these strategies that we all play, right? How often do any of them get in profit? Like sometimes you just lose the first bet, which I think is interesting, right? And I say this a lot. You lose the first bet and you never get back to even. I'd love to know how often that, because it sure feels like that happens all the time, especially if you're in a cross player in craps. You go out there and get thumped on the first one. You're fighting from behind all day. How many times does anybody ever get back to zero, right? After the first ass kicking? I'd love to know that. But also, to Waylon's point yesterday about stashing money away. Every time you get up, stop playing. If it's a unit or two or three or whatever it is, end the session, stop playing, pocket the money, even up your bankroll, and do it again and again and again. And I wonder if the percentage of times you're actually up at all in any session is above 80% or 85%, because that'd be interesting to know from a point of, on the bridge, discipline or identifying the opportunity to stop playing, right? At some point, if you're saying, I'm up, I bought him for $1,000, I'm up $50, I'm out of here, and I'll try it again later. I know that a million shooters in a row, you'll end up at law of large numbers, right? But still want to know what the percentage of time is that you get up. That's an important thing, because we look at, like, can your bankroll sustain you if you lose the first one to get back up, right? If you are so averse to risk, is that a decent recipe for success or not, right? And does it help you get to your goal if you do that for a long time, right? And here's the answer, right? About 5% of the bots are down and stay down. Isn't that interesting? It really feels like that happens more than 5%. It feels like when I get down, boy, and like, here we go, we buy in, we're 96 across, and it's like thump. Okay, that sucked. 96 across, thump, and then you're like, okay, now I'm never getting back. That's it. I might as well just play, a pass line bet the rest of the night, because there's no way I'm coming back from that unless somebody goes on a real heater. It's crazy town. How that feels. All right, I can't clap my hands. I can't snap my fingers. This sucks. All right, let's do it. Let's get into more planning. So for those of you who are in chat, hopefully you've been here all week and you know what I'm about to say. We're working on the planning for a strategy, or for a series of videos rather, called the ABCs of Gambling. And the idea is going to be that we're going to do every letter of the alphabet, one per day, so 26 shows. Each day I'm going to kind of give you the lay of the land as far as like words that start with that letter that have to do with gambling. And then when that's all done, I'm going to go back and go through each letter and do deep dives on some of the words within the letter. So we've kind of previewed some of the work so far. If you've got ideas for this that you want to run through with me, just do a £. I'll show you how to do it here. Like today we're going to do, I think, J or I. So if you do £J for jump on the table or something, jump on a hot table. I'm going to put that down, TABLE. If you want to do something like that as I'm talking, I can find them. That'll help me find them in the chat transcript later. Also in the comment section of the videos if you watch us after the live. So today we're going to run through, I think we're going to do IJK or HIJK. We're doing 4 of them today. So here's some of the things. Dr. S. Jimmy. That's funny. Here's some of the things that I have planned for like the letter H is a big one, right? We have house edge. We have heat. So I talk about the casinos either banning you or bankrupting you, right? They will not let you play if you're any good at all, right? Not a hot streak, but even on a hot streak, they'll still bring heat, right? But I'm talking about the card counters. I'm talking about the advantage play sports guys, right? Heat is a big thing. hole cards, right? And this is going to be a little bit about poker, but there's also the concept of hole carding in other games, right? So we'll talk about hole carding. We'll talk about heads up strategies, right? Heads up blackjack is a thing. Heads up poker is a thing. So we'll talk about heads up. On craps specific, we can talk hopping and hard ways. And really, I want to say this out loud because it's important, right? The hopping bets in craps, right? Whatever it is, hopping the midnight or whatever it is, right? You got a 1 in 36 chance to win, right? Pays 30 to 1, which is shitty. Like whatever the house edge on that is, 16, whatever percentages, right? On roulette, basically a number is a hop bet, right? You have a 1 in 38 chance to win, but you get paid 35 to 1. The house edge is 5.56. If you're gonna be a hop better, unless you're picking numbers with your dice sets, don't ever do it. I mean, go to roulette. Like these are the things I want people to understand. Like that little bit of a difference, like house edge, well, house edge doesn't matter. It does matter to some degree depending on the game you're playing. And like hopping in craps and a number in roulette is the exact same bet. One just pays really, really bad compared to the other. So think through that. If you're going to do any kind of a hopping, I know guys who do hopping strategies, they're going to, pick whatever 3 numbers and kind of cover part of the board. Go to roulette, pick numbers in roulette. You're better. You shouldn't do it anyway, but you're better off over there. Yeah. Hard ways. We'll talk about the hard way parlays. We'll talk a little bit about the hard way, the hard all day side bet too. We'll talk about high limit play and also hedging, which is an important thing. So my dog incident will improve it probably will, Craig. You know what it'll do? Because I can't grip nothing. I have a lighter grip now because I can't feel it. It'll either be gripping so hard that I'm making it worse, or I can't. I don't know. We'll see. That's my H's. So you have more things for H or better things for H? Let me know. I should put the horseman in here, frankly, but I can't be that egocentric, right? For I, the first one comes from Joe from Craftmaster Journey. This is influence, myth versus math, talking specifically about dice influence. We can talk about the insurance bet and blackjack. We can talk about using your intuition. Remember, who was the guy? I used to fight with this guy all the time. Blacklight. Remember Blacklight? Always the intuition guy. He would write every number down on the table and then go all in and start hopping stuff that he thought was due. So intuition versus math versus reality. There's a thing in there. Informational edge, identifying opportunity. Of course, I'm going to talk about that one. Having impulse control and really understanding the world of independent trials. I think that would be an interesting thing for us to talk through. The letter J looks like this: jackpot psychology. This is one, as you know, I fall into. Like, of all the negative things that are out there, this is one of the things for me that I fall into, right? I'm perfectly willing to be disciplined up to a point, lock up my stack, lock up my profit, and then I'm just like, go for the jackpot, right? I have to stop that at some point. But I think we all fall victim to that on some levels, right? There's this idea of judgment calls, right? Making a judgment call in a game, whether it's a heads up game, whether it's a poker game, whether it's just, a bankroll decision, right? Joint liability, looking at team play potentially, right? What are junkets and how do they work? And what is juice? David, I know, talks about juice all the time. There's juice that you're paying to the casino. There's juice within the casino. So both of those are a thing that we should probably go through. And I think we'll talk a little bit about, do I have K's today or no? I do have K's today. And on K, I think it's going to be knowledge. I think we'll do probably 1, maybe 2 shows on Kelly Criterion, because I think it's a misunderstood concept, but fascinating concept, especially for the sports bettors out there. We'll talk about knockout strategies. Specifically, there's a strategy called knockout craps, but I want to talk about knockout strategy play, especially when it comes into poker. We're going to lean in a lot on keeping it simple. And Keno. We should talk about Keno. David loves Keno. It's probably the worst game out there. Keno's worse than the ATS, frankly, in terms of house edge. So it's a fun game, and you get that jackpot. It's very juicy. K for Ken Knows. Should I do a show on Ken Knows Gambling? What I should do, actually, you know what, Craig? Drop me a text message so I don't forget this. Drop me one right now that says, John, do the ABCs of YouTube gambling. Because I should 100% go A through Z with YouTube channels that start with the letter. I bet you there's almost every letter covered. I mean, Z, X, and Y, probably not, right? But yes, the KitchenAid mixer. We have to do a KitchenAid mixer show. And matter of fact, Duracell, you text me too. Remind me of that, because there's things like the KitchenAid mixer, there's the Midmo Yo, there's all these stick calls that we do as a group, like in our friend. I think there should be a show or a series at ABCs of us and ABCs of the community that we just go through. And you can, of course, have the D. But yeah, I think we should totally do that, right? Like honor some people, honor some of our friends and family here in the craps and gambling world with an ABCs of you. That's a great idea. Both of you guys, great ideas, back to back like that. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, I'm gonna go and try and play some craps here. We're gonna go to the table, and we'll see what we can do here. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to use my hand, but let's give it a shot and see if it'll work. Yesterday we've been doing the horseman all week. I've been working, ouch, on ways to practice. I can't use my right hand. Ways to practice it with other options, right? So we're gonna go here, and instead of a 5-unit bet, okay. I know you're right, Craig. I don't ever answer texts. I'm the worst person in the world. I know I am. I'm terrible, and everybody can attest. All my friends can attest. Love y'all. I will call you on the phone before I answer a text. I'm so bad at texting. Ugh. I should be better. I should be a better person. I swear. Ow. All right, let's go. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna go for $1,000 today. We're gonna do a horseman, and actually I'll do a little more than 1,000. There's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be stack 9. Ouch. And then stack 10 will be here. Okay. And yesterday we did a thing. I'll do 1,025. But the first one's gonna start normal. Where we were doing the horseman, and Waylon said, "Why don't you do the baccarat line thing with it?" So yesterday I did this idea of baccarat the line, and then I switched to the don't. Right, so it was either the don't pass and 3 come bets, or it was the pass line and 3 don't come bets. Right, that was one way of switching sides on the loss. What I'm going to do now is just baccarat the line, but still do the 3 come bets. But when I baccarat the line, I'm going to do it a little bit more aggressive. We're going to go ahead and parlay the wins, and we're going to ladder the losses. So I'm going to need more money than normal. We're going to ladder the loss by 1 unit. So $50 becomes $75. Comes 100, comes 125. That's how we're going to do that. So 1 quarter at a time on the bump. We're going to parlay any win that we get. We're going to parlay it to try and fight back. It's a much more aggressive way to play the baccarat line. It's a much more aggressive way to play a ladder up and parlay the 1 win. And that's how to do it. Ooh, Badger, G for gratuity, K for combat. Great. The K for combat is, by the way, if you don't know this, that's a TRG thing. I'm not sure if that falls into the ABCs of gambling or the ABCs of YouTubing. The ABCs of, what do we call that? Let's just strategize here, guys. Should that be the ABCs of like influencing, the ABCs of YouTube gambling? I don't know what to call that, but yeah, I mean, to me, like Casino Combat deserves the letter K, right? Along with Ken. I think maybe there's a couple of people that belong in there. Maybe I'll save him for TRG. I don't know. Well, let's think about it, but let's think of it while we're on here. Think of it about a name for the show. That'd be great. James Newberry, another good idea here. A show on, where's my mouse? A show on casino gifts and using them for a garage sale. That's really cool. I love it. Oh, skill, hiding numbers with dice sets. That's cool. And actually, that's the kind of show I could bring like George and Joe on for, like the dice sets that do that. All right, here we go. Let's play a little bit. I'm going to bring out the bubble machine. And again, we're going to go with baccarat the line and come bets only. So the regular horseman will start from the don't with the 2-unit don't. I'll do my 3 come bets, and then we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. G for gratuity, good one also. All right, so 9 is the point. Let's get our come bet going. So many ways to play these ladder systems. It's crazy. All right, there's not. All right, so we get picked off the don't. Okay, lose our don't. That hand just won't work. Lose the don't. We're staying with the horseman though, right? So our next bet is a come bet, which we'll use the pass line to simulate that. All right, we'll let those 3 bets resolve themselves, and then we'll get to our next play is going to be a laddered up pass line. Let's see how this works. An 11 yo, so that's going to pay. I'm going to put the money, I'm going to put the dealer money over here because I can't use my right hand. That pays and comes back. A 6. Okay, point's going to be a 6, and our it was 1, 2. That was our second. That is our 3 come bets. One of them just got paid and came back, so we're good. Let these 2 bets resolve. 6 and a 9. That's a 10. There you go. How's that, Matt? Is that better? You can see him. All right, there is an 8. Come on, help me out here, brother. 11 yo. A 4. And there's another 10. Boy, oh boy. Another 3. 8. Wow, where's my 6 and my 9? Come on. Hook me up here, huh? Another 4. Is that 3 4s? It might be 3 4s. I don't know. A midnight. I think that's the tall. That is the tall, right? We had the 8, the 9, the 10 twice, the 6. I got paid on the yo. That's a tall. I think we're just missing the 2 for the small. Isn't that crazy? 5. That was the first 5. Now we just need a 2 for the whole thing, right? And there's the 7, which takes it all. Of course, we get a 7. Okay, so that one didn't work. Now what we're going to do is switch sides. Okay, same 3 come bets, right? The horseman is always the line bet and 3 come bets. We're not going to go the don't, but we are going to switch line sides. We're going to go down to the pass line now. Our ladder is going to be 1 unit. We're going to switch sides and ladder. If we catch a win on the pass line, we parlay the win, and then we're back to normal. All right, here we go. Puck is off. Good time for a come out, something cool here, right? There's a 5. All right, now 3 come bets. It's a loss. We really need the 5 to come here. A pretty nice little win. There's, oh my gosh, look at that. Boom, boom. 2 come bets just go. Talk about target practice, right? And there's an 8. Okay, we are not looking good here. Not looking good on this run. There is the 7. Oh my gravy. All right, so we lost again on the puck, which means now we go to the don't, and again, ladder up by 1 unit. So we're going to ladder up to 4 now. The ladder, again, switch sides and ladder, and then parlay the win, and we're going back to 3 comebacks. So you notice my bankroll, I did it in $100 chunks instead of in shooter chunks because the ladder, you never know what you're going to need. So I'm just going to try and keep an eye on the actual total money here. Let's come on out safely, huh? Nope, it's a 7. Now we still have to stay there. We still have to be on that ladder don't, unfortunately. That's not going to change. All right, now we're on the 10. That's good for the don't pass. Here we go. That's going to be an 8 for the comeback. And there's the 7. Okay, so we'll lose the 8. We'll get paid in the come. We'll get paid on the don't, and we're gonna ladder the don't, or not. We're gonna parlay the don't. We still have 3 comebacks coming. We have 8 units out here now. Okay, so it's switch sides and parlay, and then hopefully for the win. Right? Is there a follow the line winning strategy? For sure there is. This follow the line thing, by the way, with a ladder and a parlay is fantastic. I'll actually have Matt run this for us at one point. I think I'll submit the strategy to him. I'll show you one when I get done with this session here that I saw probably 10 years ago. That's pretty interesting. Here we go. We need a come out winner, not a come out loser. Oh my God, of course it's a freaking 11, right? Of course we lose the parlay. What a big freaking bummer. All right, we're just gonna stay at 4 and stay at it, right? Man, that sucks. And there's a 3. Where was that a roll ago, right? All right, we're gonna take it and we're gonna hammer it up. Come on. All right, we're gonna fight the 6, and I'm okay with that. Here we go. 10. Next comeback. 3 craps, 3, but we're getting killed in these comebacks. That's probably the 4th one of those that we've gotten burned on today, huh? A 10, look at that, off and on for the 10. So the 10 comes down and gets paid, and it goes on. So there's money coming back. Look at us, money coming back to the rack. How about that? Six. All right, we lose it. What a huge ass bummer. We'll let the 10 resolve itself, and then we'll start with a new shooter. Boy, what a bummer. What a bummer. There's an 11 yo. There's a 6. There's a point. Looking for a 10. There it is. All right, we got a 10. And we are out for that. We'll let this shooter finish, then we'll come back to the new one. Horrible, right? 4. And a 3. Again, as soon as the puck goes off, we'll come back out. There's the puck off. All right, now we're going to come back out. We have to switch sides again. So we got picked off that time on the don't, right? Was the don't pass get picked off? Or I forgot where we are. Yes, we're on the pass line this time. Okay, we're on the pass line for 5. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Come out winner time. Time for an 11. Ow. Or a 7 right now. Let's go. Come on. Oh my God, are you kidding me? You want to talk about the ultimate? Look at the casino stack here is so big you can't even see it. Wow, what a horrible target practice session. Now we're at 150 now. Good Lord. Holy cannoli. Pretty unbelievable, right? And we're going to be on a 4 with the pass line bet. That's awesome. All right. Well, today is the target shooting day of the week, right? Here we go. My goodness gracious. A 3 craps 3, of course, right? Every single bet today has been chaos. Chaos, right? Holy crap. 5. Okay, we got the 6, the 5, and the 4. Let's go. There's a 9. Come on, stay low. Stay low, dice, stay low. Another 9. A 6, that'll work. There's 1. 1 back in the rack. Boy, oh boy. Come on, give me a 4. Give me a 4, please. There it is. There, look, I have to make 2 stacks now. It's so much money that I lost today. I got to make 2 stacks. All right, here we go. Last one. We're at 160, 150 is all I have. 150 for the don't, and 3 come bets, and that's the last it. There's $1,000 burned up alive right in front of me. Ow! And we got a freaking yo, of course. The don't pass. Boy, oh boy! I think we're just gonna leave it. We're gonna leave with $75. We're gonna identify opportunity to leave with taxi money. That's it. Holy crap! You want to talk about a day where every single bet got picked? Man alive! We lost 0 come out winners on either side, right? No come out winners on the pass line, which is what you're kind of sort of hoping for here. No come out winners in the come, except for 111. We lost like 6 or 7 come bets. We lost twice on the don't with 11s when we had the big bet jacked up. We just had one of those chaos days. Wow. It's almost like I shouldn't be gambling anymore, right? Good gravy. Good gravy. All right, let's go back here. Jeez, that was fun. Actually, that was kind of fun to do that. It's good to see that everything not only can lose, but everything can get absolutely hammered. The best ideas, right? If we'd have stayed on the don't that whole time, right, would have been so better off, right? We say this a lot, right? The Baccarat thing can work if you can catch a run. Today's run was chop. Sometimes the run is pass. Sometimes it's don't. Sometimes the run is back and forth, right? Back and forth, by the way, red, black, or bank player is the same as player, bank. It doesn't make a difference. 4 in a row of anything is still a thing, whether that 4 in a row is chop or 4 in a row is one or the other, we choose to play follow the winner in most games. I do anyway. Blackjack, baccarat, roulette, line bet, and craps. I choose a side and stick with the side because it's easier, right? Trying to chase the winner or trying to chase a chop like that is tough. Just go with what won. Oftentimes you'll catch a little bit of a streak there. The streak today was chop. If we would have played the chop, we'd have been better off. But you got to stay where you are to beat a chop. You beat a chop by staying put and laddering, not by following it. So anyway, that was a fun session. I don't care if I lost. It was just fun. Yeah. Chop, the chop, but the key to the chop is to stay put. You can't go back and forth with the chop. You got to stay put, right? And if you get chopped, and that's the thing you find yourself in, just stay put for a minute. Just stay on the bank, stay on the pass, stay on whatever. Let the chop do its thing. And when it resolves itself with a couple of wins in a row, then you can go back to following the winner. It doesn't matter, right? So like, you're always to Doris's point, you're always in a guessing game, right? Pick a side or pick a plan and stay with the plan. But if the plan does go awry, right, there's easy ways to kind of try and beat a chop. And if you feel like you need to do it, a simple ladder and a stay put strategy works. And you just got to know that, right? And maybe the chop should be a C letter. Maybe we should put the chop in there for a C. Or maybe P is patterns. Something like that. I was going to put the D'Alembert in the D section too. I think I probably should. I was going to do like an N for negative progressions, but maybe D'Alembert becomes in a D. I don't know. We need to think about some of that stuff. So I'm gonna mull that over here as we go. All right, time for work. It's the last segment here. Q&A. I've been going through the comments as we go here. So let's just look at our fancy quote of the week, which is this: pain is inevitable, suffering is optional, right? And I think that's an attitudinal thing, right? And we talk about me having a good positive attitude all the time, and I really feel this, right? I feel pain a lot. I felt a lot of pain in my life, financially and personally and physically, obviously. But I really choose not to suffer. And I think that's a hard lesson to learn. It's a hard place to be, but choosing not to suffering is a choice. Honestly, it's a choice that you make to live in suffrage. So you don't have to do that. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Tomorrow is Friday, so we'll do something insane tomorrow. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Maybe I'll do hot bets tomorrow. I don't know. Oh, you know what? My table doesn't have hot bets on it. We'll figure it out. Tomorrow we'll do something fun. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all. God bless everybody, and I will see you for Friday Follies. Bye, all.